Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thank you for tuning to your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right at my YouTube classroom where I do what I do for you. Today, right as 25 rules to live by, storytelling, story with a message. Message is a story for life. Let's talk about life. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Let me see if I can break something down for you. Life, yeah. The big test is to live it right. What you mean, live it right? Pull your horse and pump your brakes. Let me just break it down for you. When you have spiritual knowledge, is what I have and what I teach, what I aspire, expound on. When you have spiritual knowledge, you have God consciousness. That's what that means. You know God for yourself. I got a buddy, smart, enlightened brother. He used the term, I like it, I really like this phrase, the God of his understanding. Not a problem with that. Okay? If you got a God of your understanding, work with that. Okay? If not, come check out your boy. I got you. All right. Having God conscious meaning you know God. That's all it means. That's all it means. Excuse me. Knowing thyself was the decree that the ancient Egyptians left us. Meaning you need to know who you are. And if you realize that you're God, you won't be tampered with. You won't be played. You won't be used and you won't be enslaved mentally. Okay? And you can live what you believe to be the right way. That's what I'm doing. Life is a gift from God. What you make of it, of yourself, is your test. We all have to pass one way or another. Once you're born into the world, you have a choice. You don't know. I didn't ask to come in here. I didn't mean my mom and daddy get none of that nonsense. Get conscious. Get knowledge of who you are, and you'll be fine. Okay? Life is the ultimate test. If you figure it out, you win. The afterlife. The prize of this life is to get to the afterlife intact, conscious, know who you are. So when you get there, you'll know and you represent. Only way you're gonna get there is to do that anyway. But that's another story. Let's go. Like you can life, you can waste it away by living in the ignorant state of mind, just running around doing things that you think is best for you and doing whatever you want to do. That's fine. That's your choice. Again, it's a choice. It ain't right. It's first of all, it's ignorant and it's wrong thinking and wrong living. It don't get you nothing. Some of us found out that the hard way. I was one. Trust me. Next one is secrets of a right life. How? What's the secret to living a right life? There ain't none. Simple. Watch this. Truth is not a secret, okay? But it is obtainable for those who choose to seek it. When I started my venture over 30 years ago, looking for myself, looking for truth, yeah, I was in search of something. Oh, when you get here, when you find these big boys here, the pyramids, all on the wall. I digress. The pyramids, here we go. The pyramids have life's secrets written all over the wall. It's called a madronetta. The Greeks call it hieroglyphics. Digress. Having knowledge was a way of life for the ancient Egyptians. That's what they lived for, to obtain knowledge to know who they were, so their spirituality can carry on to the afterlife. They knew the body wasn't going nowhere. They knew that. They had a concept that I don't agree with, and I know it's wrong. They thought the spirit was going to come back to house the body, so they mummified the body to keep it ready for the spirit to come back. Ain't happening. All right? They wasn't perfect, but no stress. They were human. Okay, I understand that. There you go. To know thyself takes years of practice. But if you start young, it won't take that long. Because why? You ain't got much long life on earth. Egyptians had about 50 years to shit and get, so to speak. So they didn't have the luxury of retiring and putting up a job 20 years and then getting paid for the next 20, 30. No, none of that was happening for them. Okay. Now, right living is what right thinking with will have you doing for yourself. If you're thinking right, then you're going to live right. They go together. Trust me. I learned that too. I was just living, or I was just doing the right thing, living right, doing the right thing, and it hit me. Bam, my man. We want you. Another story, another time. Next one is, all right, you got life. God's gift. What you do with it is your payment, your repayment. Before we had money, before we had cash, it was a you do for me, I do for you. You got something I need, I got something you need. We exchange it, we both prosper, we both benefit. 50-50 is not a robbery. To make 100% pie, you need two halves. All you have to do is bring half. He bring his half, y'all got a whole pie. That's trust. That's how the game is supposed to be played. We way off the beaten path. Watch this. I laugh when I hear people say they talk to God. During this COVID scenario, everybody I talked to had a conversation with God. My sister say, God, not like this. I'm not laughing at it, but it's funny because we've all been when you have nobody to call on. You got nothing else. You're going to call God. He just sits and wait. I love it. I love it. Okay. If you know without a doubt what God did for you when you, oh Lord, oh please, you make all them promises. You promise him your firstborn. You give him everything you think he may want because you want what you want. That's selfish, first of all. But then when he give it to you, what do you do in return? That's personal. You worry about that one. It's okay to be ignorant of God. That means you're spiritually dead. He ain't worried about you. He got you can do for him. When you got no spirit, he got no use for you at all. If you claim God or Christ, whatever religion you claim as the center of your life, and you're not living right, you're a hypocrite. Yeah, I said it. Don't need the pastor to call you out. Don't need. No, I'm telling you, if you're not living what you profess, you're a hypocrite. End of discussion. God will always give it up to you. He always give you the benefit of the doubt. What do you do for him? I talk to my pastor all the time. I say, Pastor, all the stories I hear, biblical stories, I listen. Every time God show the people who he is, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not one of the people. We had our conversation 5 years ago. I'm still doing what I said I would do. All right. Next one is life is spiritual. God is spiritual. It ain't physical. He's not tangible. He's the essence of everything that we can see, taste, touch, and feel and sense in our human form in time and space. But the spirit that's in us is him. That's what I'm saying. I tell you, I'm a spiritual being. That's God. When you understand that, you consider woke. You consider awakened, enlightened spiritually. Why? You understand the spirit that's in you is God. That's the spiritual awakening. We call it the knee house. Okay. You live because of the spirit that dwells inside you. A body with no spirit is dead. Simple. When you have no spirit, your body is lifeless, dead. No spirit, no life. So life is spiritual. Trust me. I practice living a spiritual lifestyle. That means I put God first. That's all it means. I'm not running around here, hallelujah, praise the Lord, all that. No, that just ain't not me. But I put God first in everything I do. It ain't about what I say, it's what I do. As long as he understands that, I ain't got to prove nothing to you. My job ain't to prove God to you. I'm trying to teach you how to find him for yourself, but my job ain't to prove it. My job to point you in the right direction. It's your job to get it done. Spirit is God's gift. You becoming conscious of him is your repayment to him. Why? Because now you know him, you can serve him. I consider myself a servant of God. They tell you, and see, I don't do the Bible, but I'm learning some of the stuff. In the scriptures, it says what? In the end, you want God to say, good job, my good and faithful servant. So I'm already putting myself into being a good and faithful servant. That's what I work for, to get my kudos from him, not you. All right. Preparing for greatness is my spiritual lifestyle. What I mean by that is greatness to me is giving your 100% effort to whatever it is you're doing. That's all it is. And if you practice that, you will end up great eventually. Why? That takes time, and over a long period of time, you continue to do it, you'll get your reward. Good time, Brady. It's another discussion, bro. Greatness, that spiritual awareness of self being God. When you realize you're God, oh, it's a life changing experience. Trust me on that one. I'm trying to get you to have it. Everybody should. Why? That's the goal for every human being, to realize who they are. God played a hell of a trick on us. It's simple, but they got you. No, it's real simple. Don't get caught up in the no simplicity. Trust me, it works. To be your best self is to be great in your own eyes and heart. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I give. I don't have to worry about that. That's what's going to be judged at Judgment Day. It's another lesson there. Greatness is knowing who you are and showing it to anybody who will listen or see. When you keep God first, your goal is greatness, and that goal is possible. With God, anything is possible. The Christ who strengthens me. I don't know those passages in the verses, but I know them from my own concept, my own viewpoint. So I don't take them from the Bible. I just understand them for what they are and use them the way they should be, the way they intended to be used for the benefit of the person who understands it and uses it, and he'll get the message that's in there. Last one. I know that I can achieve greatness. It's who I am. God. Don't get, oh, you think he's God. Don't get it twisted. Me being my best me as a human gives me God-like status. That's what you need to understand. Live right. I do.